More than anything, I'm just itching to get back out on the court and kind of feel like myself again. And I've been putting in a lot of hard work, and I got USA basketball coming up, so looking forward to that too.
Yeah, I was happy to see you.
Yes, sir, Reg knows.
You get a couple Indiana.
Imagine building a billion-dollar glass house and then deciding the best tool to clean the windows is a sledgehammer. That is exactly what the WNBA is doing right now. In a move that has left sports analysts and business experts completely floored, the league office led by Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has officially issued a formal warning to Caitlinclark. They aren't warning her about her performance on the court or her conduct in the locker room. No, they are warning her about her record-breaking broadcasting deal with NBC. The league that pays her less than a mid-level software developer is now trying to tell her she can't have a side hustle that pays her millions. This isn't just a legal disagreement. It is a full-scale declaration of war against the very player who saved the league from total irrelevance. The details coming out of the league office are honestly hard to believe. Multiple insiders have confirmed that this wasn't just a casual phone call or a heads-up. This was a formal legal warning, a document that effectively puts Caitlin on notice. The WNBA is claiming that her role as a special contributor for NBC's Sunday Night Basketball constitutes a conflict of interest. Their logic? Because NBC broadcasts the NBA, and because Caitlin is the face of the WNBA, her working for another network somehow dilutes the league's brand. It is the kind of small-town, insecure thinking that keeps small leagues from ever becoming great. Instead of celebrating the fact that their biggest star is being treated like a global icon by a media giant like NBC, the WNBA is trying to chain her to the bench. To really understand how insulting this is, we have to talk about the numbers, because the math simply doesn't add up. Caitlinclark's base salary from the WNBA is roughly $76,000 a year. In the world of professional sports, that isn't even change under the couch money. There are team mascots in the NBA who make more than that. There are high school coaches with better benefits packages. And yet, the WNBA has the audacity to act like they own her 24/7, 365 days a year. They want LeBron James levels of exclusivity for entry-level intern pay. Caitlin isn't just a basketball player. She is a walking, breathing economy. She is the reason the league just secured a $2.2 billion media rights deal. She is the reason arenas are selling out for the first time in decades. And the league's response to her success isn't a thank you, it's a stay in your lane. But if you look closely, you'll realize this isn't just about contracts or legal fine print. There is something much darker happening behind the scenes. For months, rumors have been swirling about the intense jealousy and resentment bubbling over in WNBA locker rooms. You have veterans who have spent 15 years grinding in the shadows, playing in freezing gyms in Russia and Turkey during the off-season just to make ends meet. Now they see a rookie coming in, flying on private jets, signing 8-figure Nike deals, and being handpicked by NBC to host national broadcasts. The old guard is furious. Sources suggest that the Players' Union and several veteran leaders have been in the commissioner's ear, demanding that Caitlin be put in her place. They want her to pay her dues, even if paying her dues means sabotaging the growth of the entire sport.
Caitlinclark, I'm curious though, because one of the things he said was like, I'm thinking in my mind, let's keep them quiet. Have you gone into a big game with literally that on your mind, like walking into the arena?
Well, I feel fortunate enough. A lot of the arenas we go into, a lot of people are cheering for our team, which is pretty nice.
Snap.
But there are some road games. I think even the Liberty fans, San Francisco, the Valkyries have a great crowd. Like, you want to take them out of it right away. You want to make them call the first time out. I think that's kind of what we always talk about. But that's what makes it fun. And I like what he said. If you're a star, like, these are the games you show up for. And that's really true. Like, these are the games that just mean a little bit more. Like MSG on a Sunday night. Like, that's what you get up for.
The WNBA is playing a very dangerous game of chicken with a player who doesn't actually need them. Let's be real. If Caitlinclark walked away from the WNBA tomorrow, she would still be a multi-millionaire. She could play in Europe for $5 million a year, or she could simply retire and become a full-time broadcaster and brand ambassador. She has the leverage. The WNBA, on the other hand, is one Caitlin retirement away from going back to half-empty arenas and tape-delayed games. When you have a generational talent, you don't give them formal warnings. You give them whatever they want to keep them happy. The league thinks they are Godzilla in this situation, but they're actually a gecko picking a fight with a nuclear reactor. And then there is the NBC factor. The WNBA seems to forget that NBC Universal is owned by Comcast, a corporation with more legal power and money than the WNBA could dream of in 1,000 years. NBC didn't sign Caitlin Clark just to have her sit in a chair. They signed her to be the cornerstone of their basketball coverage leading up to the LA Olympics. Do you really think a media titan like NBC is going to let a niche sports league dictate their programming schedule? If the WNBA tries to legally block Caitlin from fulfilling her NBC contract, they aren't just fighting a 22-year-old girl from Iowa. They are fighting an army of the most expensive lawyers on the planet. This is a battle the WNBA cannot win, and the fact that they've even started it shows a staggering lack of business intelligence.
See this last night, Fever superstar Caitlin Clark joining the NBC Sunday Night Basketball pregame show. She was a special contributor for last night's Lakers-Knicks game.
You can see her here alongside Pacers legend Reggie Miller. She is back on NBC March 29th when the Knicks play the Thunder in OKC.
What's even more self-destructive is the message this sends to the next generation. Right now, the brightest stars and college basketball players like Paige Buchers and Juju Watkins are watching this disaster unfold. They are seeing that the WNBA is a league that will punish you for being too successful. They are seeing a league that values control over growth. If you're a top-tier college player with millions of dollars in NIL money already in your bank account, why would you be in a hurry to join a league that's going to issue you legal warnings for taking a TV job? The WNBA is poisoning the well. They are making their league look like a toxic environment where excellence is met with litigation instead of celebration. The statistics tell the real story of what's at stake here. Look at what happens to ticket prices the moment there's even a rumor that Caitlin might not play. When news broke of a minor injury earlier this season, ticket prices for a Fever Sky game plummeted by over 70% in a single hour. People aren't paying $300 to see WNBA basketball. They are paying $300 to see Caitlin Clark. If the league were to actually follow through on this warning and suspend her, the financial fallout would be nuclear. Sponsors like State Farm, Nike, and Gatorade aren't invested in the WNBA logo. They are invested in the Caitlin Clark brand. If the league goes to war with her, those sponsors will pull their funding faster than you can blink. The WNBA is literally threatening to evict the person who is currently paying their mortgage.
You want to go see Caitlin Clark tonight in Atlanta? You know what that's costing you? Right now on the secondary market, cheapest ticket, $296.
Wow. Okay.
That's bananas to me.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Like, I'm a Caitlin Clark believer, but that's $300 to go sit at the top of State Farm Arena?
That's wild. That's wild. So the dream...
There ain't a Hawks game.
Right.
That costs $300. I'm talking Steph's there, LeBron's there, KD's there. You don't pay $300 to get in?
I think that's true.
Is she the biggest draw in basketball?
No.
Yes.
No.
I just proved it to you.
I mean, dude, I still like
She's the biggest draw in basketball. It's a Monday night in Atlanta, and she's going to sell out the arena, and it costs $296 to get in.
In the end, this warning is actually a massive backfire for the league. It has only served to highlight how out of touch the leadership is and how much power Caitlin actually holds. She is currently a whale swimming in a goldfish pond, and the people running the pond are upset that she's making too many waves. But you don't fix the waves by trying to cage the whale. You build a bigger pond. If Commissioner Engelbert wants the WNBA to survive the next 5 years, she needs to stop listening to the jealous voices in the locker room and start acting like a CEO. You don't warn your savior. You get out of her way and let her build the empire that will eventually pay everyone's bills. As we move forward, all eyes are on Caitlin's next move. She has always handled pressure with a level of calm that is almost supernatural, and I expect this will be no different. She's likely going to show up on that NBC set, grab the microphone, and do her job with a smile on her face, essentially daring the WNBA to do something about it. She is calling their bluff in front of the entire world. And when the dust settles, the WNBA is going to have to realize that they don't own the Caitlin Clark effect. They are just lucky to be a part of it. The question is, will they realize that before they finish burning the whole house down?
Fever Sky tickets dropped 71% on TickPick after Caitlin Clark injury. The get-in price for the Chicago Sky versus Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever game was $86. After Caitlin Clark's injury announcement is now down to $25. And you Angel Reese fangirls will still believe and think that Angel Reese is the reason why people are watching the WNBA.
The WNBA just tried to put a leash on a player who has already outgrown the stadium. They've turned a moment of triumph into a messy, public legal feud that makes the league look petty and small. This isn't just about a broadcasting deal. It's about the future of women's sports and whether or not the people in charge are competent enough to handle actual success. If the WNBA continues down this path of control at all costs, they might find themselves with plenty of control, but no fans left to watch. This is potentially the biggest unforced error in sports history. And the world is watching to see if the league will double down on its mistake or finally wake up. So, here's the bottom line. The WNBA is trying to bully a player they can't afford to lose over a deal they should be thanking her for. It is a masterclass in how to ruin a good thing. If you think the WNBA is completely out of line and that Caitlin should tell them exactly where to put that formal warning, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more updates on this developing disaster. We are witnessing a historic power struggle, and the outcome will change the face of basketball forever. What do you think? Should Caitlin ignore the warning and force the league's hand? Or is there actually a conflict here that we're missing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments because this is about to get very loud.